Imagine waking up every day with a crystal clear sense of purpose, not swayed by setbacks, unfazed by the chaos around you, and relentlessly focused on what truly matters. It sounds almost superhuman, doesn't it? Yet this was the everyday reality for one of the most powerful men in ancient history, Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher. His personal notes, a collection that has survived millennia, aren't just musings of a bygone era, but are startlingly relevant advice on how to harness the power of self-discipline amidst the noise of life. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of Stoicism, exploring its principles not as abstract concepts, but as practical tools for living a more disciplined, fulfilled life. Stoicism teaches us how to turn adversity into advantage, emotional turmoil into tranquility, and life's unpredictability into a wellspring of strength. Whether you're struggling with daily stressors, seeking inner peace, or looking to elevate your productivity, understanding the Stoic way of life offers profound insights. In a world brimming with endless distractions and instant gratifications, the Stoic philosophy grounds us in the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. It's about more than just enduring life. It's about thriving in it, no matter what comes your way. So, if you're ready to transform how you view and handle life's challenges, stay tuned as we unpack the powerful, life-altering teachings of Marcus Aurelius and how they can be applied to cultivate a robust, disciplined life today. As we embark on this journey through Stoic philosophy and the profound teachings of Marcus Aurelius, if you appreciate what we're doing here, a simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button. Also, don't skip any part of the video, because if you're here, you're different from the majority. So consider yourself an exception and stay tuned for the unique insights we'll explore together. 1. Count on yourself. One of the most profound aspects of Marcus Aurelius's reflections on self-discipline is the emphasis on personal accountability and self-reliance. The Stoic principle of count on yourself is not just about self-sufficiency, but about recognizing the importance of taking full responsibility for one's actions, reactions, and personal growth. In Stoicism, the idea of focusing on what is within our control is paramount. And this principle teaches us that the ultimate responsibility for our lives lies within ourselves. Aurelius believed that by counting on ourselves, we tap into our inner resilience and strength. This isn't about rejecting help from others or isolating ourselves, but about understanding that our true power comes from within. It's about building confidence through competence, not arrogance, and developing a thorough understanding of our own capacities and virtues. In a world where external opinions, advice, and influences are constantly at our fingertips, learning to trust in our reasoned judgments and inner voice can be challenging, yet it is essential for maintaining personal integrity. In Stoic philosophy, self-reliance is not just liberating but empowering. It enables us to navigate through life's uncertainties and adversities with a calm and steady mind. This autonomy in decision-making allows us to make choices that are aligned with our values and principles, rather than being swayed by external pressures or temporary emotions. By counting on ourselves, we cultivate a deep sense of self-discipline, which is crucial for living a life that is true to oneself. Practically, how can we start to truly count on ourselves? It begins with small steps, making commitments and keeping them, setting personal goals, and working towards them independently. It also involves taking time to reflect on our decisions and their alignment with our core values. Over time, these practices strengthen our self-discipline, making us more resilient and grounded in the face of life's challenges. In embracing this Stoic principle, we become more self-aware, more confident in our abilities, and more capable of navigating life's complexities with grace and resilience. We learn to trust in our own judgments, to rely on our inner strength, and to take full responsibility for our lives. This is the essence of counting on yourself, a commitment to personal growth, self-discipline, and living a life of integrity and virtue. 2. Show up every day. Show up every day is a principle that Marcus Aurelius emphasized repeatedly in his writings. For him, this wasn't just about physically being present, but about showing up with intention, purpose, and commitment to your values. The power of persistence, of daily effort, is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, and it is through this consistent dedication that we cultivate true self-discipline and resilience. Aurelius believed that showing up every day was synonymous with the Stoic idea of living in accordance with nature. To him, nature demanded not just existence but active participation in life. Each day presented itself as a new arena, not for grand battles, but for proving one's commitment to principles and duties through small, steady actions. It's in the consistency, the everyday effort, where character is built and tested. For Marcus Aurelius, the act of showing up every day was deeply intertwined with the Stoic practice of mindfulness. He wrote extensively about focusing on the present, doing the task at hand to the best of one's ability, and not being burdened by past failures or future anxieties. This focus is what turns routine into ritual and effort into improvement. By being present and fully engaged in our daily tasks, we transform mundane actions into meaningful practices that contribute to our growth and fulfillment. To cultivate this discipline, start small. Decide what showing up means for you. It could be as simple as writing a single paragraph of that book you've been meaning to write, doing a 5-minute workout, or spending 10 uninterrupted minutes with a loved one. The scale of the task is not what transforms us, it's the act of showing up itself. Each day that you meet your commitment, you reinforce your willpower and build the resilience that defines Stoic philosophy. By adopting this daily practice, you embody the Stoic belief in personal responsibility and continuous self-improvement. You become a living testament to the idea that while we may not control the outcomes, we can control our efforts. In the consistent act of showing up, we find the discipline necessary to lead a purposeful and fulfilling life, grounded in the present moment and committed to our values. 3. Practice voluntary hardship. Practice voluntary hardship is a Stoic exercise strongly advocated by Marcus Aurelius. This practice is about much more than just making life intentionally difficult. It's about preparing oneself for the unpredictabilities of life, strengthening one's resilience, and deepening appreciation for what one has. Aurelius, like many Stoics, believed that experiencing discomfort voluntarily helps to fortify the mind against times when life might force discomfort upon us. This could mean choosing to forego certain luxuries, enduring physical challenges, or simply practicing self-denial in small, everyday decisions. The logic is straightforward. If you're accustomed to hardship, sudden adversities won't throw you off balance. You're training your resilience muscles, ensuring you can face life's challenges with a calm mind and an unshakable spirit. But why embrace discomfort in a world that constantly strives to offer us comfort? The answer lies in the very fabric of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius practiced voluntary hardship not as an exercise in asceticism, but as a reminder of what truly mattered. By stripping away the excess, even temporarily, we can better focus on what is essential. In doing so, we prepare ourselves for life's inevitable challenges, ensuring that we remain resilient, grounded, and content, regardless of our external circumstances. By embracing voluntary hardship, we align ourselves with one of the key tenets of Stoicism, that true freedom comes not from external comforts, but from mastering our internal state. This practice allows us to confront our fears and weaknesses head-on, transforming them into strengths. It reminds us that we are stronger than we think, and that by willingly embracing discomfort, we develop the resilience and self-discipline necessary to navigate life's most difficult moments with grace and determination. 4. Practice delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is a principle that Marcus Aurelius viewed as essential for achieving true freedom and satisfaction. In the Stoic sense, It involves postponing immediate desires to attain more significant, long-term rewards. This practice is particularly relevant in our modern world, where instant gratification is often the norm. Aurelius understood that by exercising restraint and choosing actions based on reason and long-term goals, we cultivate a life of lasting tranquility and fulfillment. The concept of delayed gratification is rooted in the Stoic understanding of desire and control. Stoicism teaches that while desires themselves are natural, the pursuit of immediate satisfaction can often lead us away from our true purpose and inner peace. By delaying gratification, we exercise control over our desires rather than allowing them to control us. This practice is not about denying ourselves pleasure, but about prioritizing lasting happiness and inner contentment over fleeting moments of indulgence. For Marcus Aurelius, the practice of delayed gratification was a way to build mental and emotional strength. It required a deep understanding of what truly mattered and a commitment to living in alignment with one's values. By focusing on long-term goals rather than short-term pleasures, Aurelius believed that we could achieve a state of eudaimonia, or human flourishing. This state is characterized by a deep sense of fulfillment and well-being that comes from living a life of virtue and purpose. In our daily lives, practicing delayed gratification can take many forms. It might involve saving money for a future goal, rather than spending it on immediate desires, or choosing to invest time in a challenging but rewarding project rather than seeking out instant entertainment. These choices, though seemingly small, contribute to a larger pattern of self-discipline and personal growth. By embracing delayed gratification, we cultivate a life of greater meaning and fulfillment. We learn to find satisfaction not in the quick fix, but in the steady progress towards our goals. This practice strengthens our willpower, deepens our self-discipline, and ultimately leads to a more purposeful and contented life. It is a powerful reminder that true happiness is not found in the immediate, but in the deliberate and thoughtful pursuit of our highest aspirations. 5. The dichotomy of control. The dichotomy of control is one of the most fundamental concepts in Stoic philosophy, and Marcus Aurelius emphasized its importance in his writings. This principle distinguishes between what is within our control and what is not, urging us to focus our energy on the former and accept the latter with equanimity. Understanding and practicing this dichotomy can transform our approach to life's challenges, reducing anxiety, fostering resilience, and leading to a more peaceful and purposeful life. Aurelius believed that the key to tranquility lies in recognizing the boundaries of our control. According to Stoicism, we control our actions, reactions, and judgments, but not external events, the actions of others, or the outcomes of our efforts. This realization is not about resignation, but about empowerment. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, behaviors, and attitudes, we take full responsibility for our own happiness and well-being. In practice, the dichotomy of control teaches us to redirect our energy away from worrying about things beyond our influence, such as other people's opinions or unforeseen obstacles. Instead, we channel our efforts into what we can directly influence: our responses, our decisions, and our commitment to living virtuously. This shift in focus not only reduces unnecessary stress and frustration, but also enhances our ability to navigate life's challenges with a calm and clear mind. In today's fast-paced and often unpredictable world, the dichotomy of control is particularly relevant. We're constantly bombarded with news, opinions, and events that can easily overwhelm us if we try to control everything. However, by applying this Stoic principle, we learn to filter out the noise and concentrate on what truly matters. This practice enables us to remain steady and composed, even in the face of uncertainty or adversity. To apply the dichotomy of control in your life, start by identifying the areas where you tend to feel most anxious or stressed. Then, ask yourself, what aspects of this situation are within my control? What actions can I take to influence the outcome? What must I accept and let go of? By regularly practicing this exercise, you train your mind to prioritize what you can control and release what you cannot, leading to greater peace and effectiveness. 6. Never play the victim. Never play the victim is a powerful Stoic principle emphasized by Marcus Aurelius, reminding us that our happiness and peace of mind are determined more by our internal state than by external events. This concept is rooted in the Stoic belief that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we can control how we interpret and respond to those events. By refusing to succumb to a victim mentality, we assert our agency, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth and demonstrating resilience in the face of adversity. Aurelius understood that life is full of challenges, setbacks, and injustices, many of which are beyond our control. However, he believed that the true measure of a person lies not in the circumstances they face, but in how they choose to respond to those circumstances. To play the victim is to relinquish control over one's life, to allow external events to dictate one's emotions and actions. In contrast, the Stoic approach is to take responsibility for one's reactions, to see challenges as opportunities to exercise virtue, and to maintain a sense of inner strength and independence. This principle is particularly relevant in today's world, where it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the pressures and difficulties of modern life. Whether it's dealing with personal setbacks, societal injustices, or global crises, the temptation to adopt a victim mentality can be strong. However, Stoicism teaches us that this mindset is ultimately disempowering. By viewing ourselves as victims, we give away our power to external forces, becoming passive participants in our own lives. Instead, Aurelius encourages us to take a proactive approach to adversity. This doesn't mean denying the reality of difficult situations or pretending that everything is fine. Rather, it means acknowledging the challenges we face, but choosing to respond to them with courage, wisdom, and resilience. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, we reclaim our power and assert our agency in the face of adversity. 7. Lead by example. Lead by example is a Stoic principle that Marcus Aurelius embodied throughout his life, both as a philosopher and as an emperor. For Aurelius, leadership was not just about authority or power, but about living in accordance with one's values and inspiring others to do the same. This principle is rooted in the Stoic belief that true leadership comes from within, from a deep commitment to living a life of virtue, integrity, and purpose. Aurelius believed that the most effective way to influence others was not through words or commands, but through actions. By consistently demonstrating the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline in his own life, he set a powerful example for others to follow. This approach to leadership is not about seeking recognition or accolades, but about living authentically and inspiring others by embodying the principles you believe in. In the context of Stoic philosophy, leading by example is closely linked to the concept of living in accordance with nature. This means living in alignment with your true self, your values, and your purpose. It involves being true to your principles, even when it is difficult, and acting with integrity in all situations. By doing so, you become a role model for others, demonstrating the power of living a virtuous and purposeful life. In today's world, where leadership is often associated with status or authority, the Stoic principle of leading by example offers a refreshing perspective. It reminds us that true leadership is not about titles or positions, but about the impact we have on those around us through our actions and character. Whether in our personal or professional lives, we all have the opportunity to lead by example, to inspire others through our commitment to living a life of virtue and purpose. Marcus Aurelius understood that leadership is not about perfection, but about progress. He recognized that we all have moments of weakness or failure, but what matters is how we respond to those moments. By acknowledging our mistakes, learning from them, and striving to do better, we set an example of humility and continuous growth. This approach to leadership is not only empowering but also deeply human, reminding us that true leadership is about guiding others on the path to virtue and fulfillment. 8. Rise above negativity. Rise above negativity is not just about tuning out negative voices. It's a crucial aspect of cultivating mental fortitude and remaining true to your convictions. Stoicism teaches that our peace of mind comes from within, not from the opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of focusing only on what is within our control. Our thoughts, actions, and responses. By adhering to this principle, we protect ourselves from the emotional turmoil that often accompanies external criticism. Practically, rising above negativity involves a deliberate choice to focus on constructive feedback while discarding comments that do not serve our growth or align with our values. This mental discipline is not about arrogance or stubbornness, but about recognizing that not all opinions are created equal. By prioritizing our inner voice and the wisdom of those we respect, we create a mental space that is resilient, calm, and focused on what truly matters. This approach requires a strong sense of self-awareness and confidence. It involves recognizing when external opinions are influencing your decisions in a way that does not align with your true self. By regularly practicing this discernment, you strengthen your ability to stay committed to your goals, regardless of the doubts or negativity others may express. Over time, this practice builds a mental fortress, allowing you to pursue your purpose with unwavering determination and inner peace. 9. Find wise people to emulate. Emulating wise individuals is a foundational practice in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the virtues of those he admired, using their qualities as a guide to internalize traits like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. This practice of seeking out and learning from virtuous role models helps bridge the gap between philosophical ideals and practical, everyday actions. In our modern lives, finding wise people to emulate can be one of the most powerful ways to inspire personal growth. These role models do not necessarily have to be famous philosophers or historical figures. They could be mentors, colleagues, friends, or even public figures who embody the virtues you aspire to cultivate. The key is to choose individuals whose values align with your own aspirations and who demonstrate through their actions the kind of life you wish to lead. By surrounding yourself with the influence of these virtuous individuals, whether through direct interaction or through studying their lives and works, you set a higher standard for your behavior and decisions. This practice not only motivates you to strive for excellence, but also provides concrete examples of how to navigate challenges and make decisions that are aligned with your values. Furthermore, emulating wise people is not about copying them blindly, but about understanding the principles that guide their actions and adapting them to your own life. It's a dynamic process that involves reflection, adaptation, and growth. By consciously choosing role models who inspire you, you continually refine your character and decision-making, moving closer to the Stoic ideal of living a life of virtue and purpose.